Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back once again. Today we're going to be checking out the interior for the Blacksmith that we recently made. Now, since this is such a small build, I'm pretty sure we're going to have extra time to be able to check out some of the other stuff I've been working on as well, but that's going to be saved for later on towards the end of the video. And now, just in case you didn't get a good look at the build or see the exterior tutorial, I'll do one last fly around just so you guys can see this one more time. And now we'll check out probably, I'll be honest, the most boring part of the build, which is just this little storage shed. But you know what? It does add a lot of detail to the exterior, but the inside of this, it's just nothing too fancy, nothing too special. But I did end up throwing a large variety of these little chests in here, some crates, which are really cool. You can get these with the Conquest texture pack just by changing up a couple of the item IDs. And then, just in case someone decided to look up there, I did clean up the roof just a little bit, so that's looking a lot better. Now, some other things we did end up adding to the exterior were a couple of sections where we threw in some boxes and crates like this, and then also we have some of those over here, but you guys have already seen this section in the exterior tutorial. So over here, just in case you didn't already get a good look at it, we did throw in some boxes over here, which are probably holding some weapons or maybe some crafting materials. And then over here in the corner, we have the big giant smelter, along with over here on the right side, some little crafting tables, which gives him some space to do his work, and then a chest where he's going to store some of his most recent creations. And then, of course, the little anvil right here, which kind of just fits the whole mood. Now we will go ahead and fly on inside. So when you first enter, you have sort of two options. One is to actually go and take a look at the shop area. The second one is to go upstairs, but that's going to be saved for a little bit later. So over here, what we have is this little front desk, and this is made out of the stone bricks with just a little bit of a different look to it. So as you can see, these are the normal ones, but this one, I just find it's got a little bit of a cleaner look and has a nicer top to it. And it kind of lets us see what's actually on it a bit better. So right here, I'd imagine that this is going to be a little cup full of ink, which he can stick his quill in to write in his log of sales, which is what this thing is right here. And I think this, what is it? It's a different texture for the pressure plate, which is kind of cool because in default, it still looks like something useful. Now, to make things a bit more realistic, behind here, we do have the logs. They're going to be powering the fire. Unfortunately, these are just the oak wood planks in the default texture pack. I kind of wish the maker would have maybe made them the oak wood logs. That way, as you can see, no matter which way I face these, they're still going to point the same way. Whereas if they were logs, you could kind of get them going in different directions like that, which would have been cool, but these are still awesome as they are. So over here on the main wall, we do have this big giant fireplace, which you can probably use to craft some stuff if he really desires. And just to kind of make the floor a lot more detailed, one awesome thing you can always do is throw in some carpets. And as you can see, I do have a lot of those. Now back here, and really quick before I even get to this, I did try to do something which I kind of like, I kind of don't. I don't know if it fits well or not, but we have some notes that maybe he could just leave there. I think the book might be enough. So this isn't really a necessary thing, but it does add a little bit more detail if you are lacking on that. Now, to cover up this wall, we did add a flag, and then over here on the back is just a lot of storage and a lot of cool stuff. So right here, of course, if you are in 1.8, I would definitely recommend just using the, what is it called, the armor stand. Unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck in 1.7, but one good thing about it is it does allow me to get these cool other textures, where as you can see, if you didn't have this, they are just the iron bars. So over here, we have some weapons in some crates and whatnot. Same thing with over here in this left corner. I think these, what the hell is that? That must be some sort of sword or something, but these, as you can tell, are swords. I'm not even sure what these are. Maybe there's some sort of axe. I don't know. But over here, just to kind of take the place of the, what's it called? The armor stand. I keep forgetting. We do have this thing, which if you can't get 1.8, this is about as good as it gets. Still looks decent, but, you know, not the best. And then I think this is it for the first floor, so we'll go ahead and make our way up. Now, a blacksmith probably would have been a highly desired profession back then, and probably would have given him enough money to afford a different house where he could actually kind of designate that completely to living. But just in case he did have any late nights or some really tough schedules where he's just going to be working on stuff all day and all night, I did decide to throw a bed up here just in case, along with some extra working space and some more sort of storage. So we have this chest on the edge of the bed, some crafting notes, and then of course some more boxes of spears and swords. Actually, now that I think of it, these aren't spears, are they? They almost look like the back of an arrow where all the feathers are. So yeah, we have that. I did clean up the roof a lot more, so it definitely has a cooler look. Nothing too crazy, but it still gives it a lot more detail, as you can see. And then we also have this just to kind of make it so no one falls off the edge there. And we also did add some decorations on that. So I think this is all for the interior of the blacksmith. So we'll go ahead and check out some other stuff we've been working on. So you guys may or may not have seen some of this in the past tutorials, or maybe caught some glimpses of it. But right here we do have a really defensive functional piece right here, because you can see if there's a large army attacking, it would only take a few guys on this side to hold them off, just because this sort of bridge creates a nice fatal funnel and makes it so whoever's defending here would only have to fight off a few guys at once. Plus you could have a lot of people in the tower or in some of these little defensive, I don't know what you'd call these, I guess these are towers as well. But my theory behind this, or I guess kind of the lore that I have right now, is this is either going to be a whole city in either a time of war or maybe just after the war, because as you can see, this tower here is a little bit broken down and a lot of the bricks have sort of hastily been patched up with some wood and whatnot, which I think is a really cool effect. If you're going for something where it's kind of a battleground, this is definitely something that you might want to try, just to give it a more run down and just tattered look. Now over here left of the tower, we do have this wall that sort of extends down all the way to the river, and this will just prevent any attackers on the shore from breaching the main city from down here. Now what else is there? I was thinking about maybe extending this wall all the way up until it hits a nice point in the mountain where no one would really be able to successfully get up there. And then I'm thinking about, if this does end up being a city that's kind of after the war instead of during it, I'm probably going to add some market stalls all along this bridge just to make it a nice little trade center. And next, if you're wondering what kind of buildings are going to be filling up this whole section, it's going to be these. Now, it may look rather big from the exterior, but really, these are actually a bunch of little small houses connected. So it's going to be kind of a shanty town all the way down till we get to the water, and then that's going to give us some rooms to place in some docks, since this is going to be primarily a fishing village. And then that might even be good because we can do some fishing boat tutorials, and I think that's going to give us a lot of stuff to do. Now, it's not all going to be houses, so if you guys do have any ideas for some other stuff we can put in here to sort of go along with the inn, or maybe if you guys have any ideas for some shops that have to do with maybe some fish or anything, definitely let me know those in the comments. But I think this is all we needed to cover today, so thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and as always, I will see you in the next one.